Hello everyone and welcome back to another video from the Francophile. It's Jalen and Maria and we hope you all are doing well. In today's video, we'll be showing you our university campus here in France. So for those of you that don't know, Maria and I are master's degree students at the Université de Reims Champagne-Ardenne. I study logistics and supply chain and she studies public law. And before we get started, please make sure to follow us on all of our social media. We do have Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and our blog. And yeah, let's get started with the tour. We are starting our campus tour at the bus and tram stop called Campus Croix-Rouge. Our university is made up of several campuses and this bus stop is named after the closest one.
Our school is a French public university in Reims that was established in 1987 as a successor of Reims University, which was created in 1548 and closed in 1793 during the French Revolution. Our campus houses humanities and social sciences, law and political science, and economics and management programs. If you want to get a closer look at a real French university campus, keep watching.
Our first stop is the Coos student residence right beside campus. Coos, which stands for Centre Régional des Œuvres Universitaires et Scolaires, is the regional organization that provides student bursaries, university residence halls, student restaurants, and cultural activities. Students who secure Coos housing get accommodations at an attractive price with utilities and Wi-Fi included. Next, we make our way onto the actual university campus. As you'll see throughout this video, you can see les coquilles, or shells, from practically everywhere on campus. We'll tell you a little more about those later on. Here's our dining hall, also known as the Resto U, or Restaurant Universitaire. These restaurants are great because you can get a full meal for just €3.30. That includes an appetizer, a main dish, and a dessert. Our Coos restaurant has a pizza station, sandwiches, and more. Students like to come with friends, grab a bite to eat, work on assignments, or just chat.
Right outside of the restaurant is our campus's brand new building dedicated to student services. Inside, you can get information about being a student entrepreneur, doing internships, creative and cultural events, or just university life in general. The building marks the beginning of the university's project to better adapt its real estate to its goals and plans regarding research and pedagogy. Just beside that is a building dedicated to amphitheaters. We really like the glass facade as it lets in a lot of light and makes the space feel more open. Because the only classrooms are amphitheaters in this building, it's most often used for classes with lots of students. We haven't had many classes in this building personally, as we have small class sizes in our master's degrees. This is what a classroom looks like. You can see that there are individual seats lining the shared desk space with an area for the professor with a desk and a chalkboard. If you look closely, you'll see the social distancing stickers on the desks that were part of our school's COVID-19 response. Next, there's Building 18. This is one of the buildings where Jalen and I have many of our classes. It's one of the more modern-looking buildings on campus, and it has a pretty cool vibe on the inside. One of the nicest things in this building is the student lounge, where you can hang out, get coffee, work on a project, or eat a packed lunch. However, it has been periodically shut down over the course of the pandemic. COVID-19 has unfortunately been very present during our master's degree experience here in France, and we're constantly reminded of it by things like lounge closures. Now we're going to head upstairs. We like how the building is colorful because that's not very common in the buildings on this campus. As you can see, the building is quite clean and the skylights allow for natural light to enter the hallway. Heading back down, we take the green stairwell to get to the bottom floor of the building. Most of the doors that you've seen so far lead to classrooms, and we'll show you one of those in a second. Another cool thing about this building is the outdoor courtyard in the middle with interesting sculptures and benches. Now we're back on the ground floor, and here's a look at a typical classroom in this building. As you can see, this classroom is different from the amphitheater that we saw before. It has a huge whiteboard and panoramic windows, but the long desk theme is consistent.
Alright, so now we're on our way to the University Sports Center. There are a lot of different physical activities that go on in this building thanks to the staff that work for SWAPS, or the Service Universitaire des Activités Physiques et Sportives. Today, there was a badminton workshop going on. This is the university library, La Bibliotech Robert de Sorbonne. As you can see, it's got a pretty interesting exterior with its artistic glass feature. The building has a modern feel on the outside, but even more so on the inside. Everything follows a synchronized color palette that gives the space a sort of futuristic feel. It's nice and quiet, and Maria and I really enjoy studying here or even coming just to pass the time in between classes. There are thousands of books to check out, rooms for group collaboration, staff to help you, and technology at your disposal, like computers, tons of outlets for charging your devices, and cheap printing options. This is definitely one of our favorite buildings on campus. Here's a close-up of one of the aisles in the law section of the library, where you can often find Maria studying or looking for her next book to check out. Not too far from the library is Building 13. I've only had class in this building a couple of times. One class took place in a normal classroom, but I've also had class in the amphitheater. Maria attended a thesis defense in this building as well. For the most part, doctoral candidates spend time in this building, which makes sense because it's called the research building. Just across from the research building is Building 17. Maria has never had class here, but I did one time, on Saturday, at 8 a.m. The interior has a very dystopian vibe, seeing as the walls are made of concrete and there is minimal color throughout the ground floor. The building is dedicated to classes and teaching, with some office space as well on the upper floors.
Here we've arrived at some more academic buildings. We don't come to this side of campus very often. In fact, Jalen has only had class here one time, and I never have. They have a different aesthetic than the other buildings on campus and look pretty quirky. Let's make our way through one of the university's parking lots. We personally do not drive to campus. Ever since we moved to France, we've relied solely on public transportation to get where we need to go. As you can see, plenty of people do drive, including some of our classmates. For the most part, we're really satisfied with public transit in Reims, and on the occasions that a bus or tram is unavailable, we walk to school, get a ride from a friend who drives, or even use a bike share system.
These are les coquilles, or shells that we alluded to earlier. Believe it or not, they actually house amphitheaters where large lecture classes are held. They are emblematic of our university, so much so you can find them represented in the university logo. They were constructed in the 1970s and altogether count 2,700 seats. Here, we have Building 2. It's mostly used by faculty and staff of the university.
Now we're heading into Building 4, which is actually connected to Building 3, where we'll go next. Apart from Building 18, this is where Jalen and I spend the most time on campus, since many of our classes are scheduled here. It's not the most modern building on campus and does have quite a bit of character. The classrooms are pretty standard and contain ordinary desks, chairs, and chalkboards or whiteboards.
The Université de Reims Champagne-Ardenne has been our academic home for the 2 years of our master's degrees, and we're glad to have been able to share it with you. If you like touring a real French university campus or are interested in other content on studies in France, don't hesitate to check out our other videos.
That's the end of our campus tour. Thank you so much for watching, and we really hope you enjoyed it. Let us know in a comment down below what caught your eye.
And if you liked the video, make sure to like it, of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and make sure to follow us on all of our social media. We do have Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and our blog, and we will see you all in 2 weeks. Bye.